Merry Christmas, everybody, and Happy New Year's if you're watching this after the 25th. Um, so my name's Sight, and welcome back to the channel. Uh, let's just get into it. This is my spoiler discussion about the Sonic 3 movie. Uh, First off, let me just say that was hype. Okay, everything, start to finish, everything was fun. Everything was great. I enjoyed all of it, from all the little Easter eggs, from the beginning of Shadow busting out of the tube, all the stuff, live and learn, everything, all of it was great. So that's my first initial impression. 10 out of 10, peak. We'll watch it again eventually. So that's my overall non-spoiler discussion, quick discussion about everything. So I kind of just want to jump straight in to my thoughts overall of the overall movie. So starting out, the whole Shadow doing the whole uh coming out the tube, getting the little Shadow the Hedgehog teleportation, the chaos snap around, hitting all the gun agents, just like in '05. That was great to see. I loved everything. Shadow was great. Shadow was cool. Keanu Reeves did an excellent job actually. I thought kind of that he was gonna not phone it in, but Keanu Reeves, if you heard him in like Cyberpunk, I didn't really think he did a great job in Cyberpunk all too well. But here he did pretty good. He did pretty good actually. He did great actually. As soon I was like, I kind of forgot it's Keanu Reeves. As we get to the third act, I went to damn, like Keanu, he voice acted a little bit. It's like he got something here. He got something. I'm like, I like him and Shadow. Perfect, perfect. Everybody did great. Honestly, all the voice acting, all the voice work, all the humans. Well, most of the humans did great. We'll get into that when we get later on into the story. But overall, the beginning part, great. The race scene, awesome. I love it. It's been about what, a year? It's been like a year. It's been a year since Sonic been on Earth with Tom and Maddie. He's been on Earth for like 10 years, so I guess it's been 11. So he's like what, 14, 15 now? 15? I think he's at 15 now. I think Knuckles 16, Tails, I think he's probably like, what, 8? 8, I think he's 8, going by the age. Because age is going to factor into the spoiler, not the spoiler, but the end credit scene when I talk about it. But overall, the race scene, love the race scene. Tom and Maddie, awesome. I enjoy them. They did pretty good since they're not in the movie a lot, but when they are, they did an excellent job. I actually liked them. Uh, their dynamic and everything. I love how they have the little once they go out, once Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles go out to do the little teams try to fight Shadow in Tokyo and all that stuff. They have the little empty nest thing going on. They have the hobbies and Donut Lord and Maddie doing the whole painting and everything. And they get bored. It was fun. I love that thing. Uh, the fight scene in the beginning of Tokyo. But before that, when Sonic and when Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles jump out the plane, well, they're the helicopter, and Sonic does the line from uh Adventures 2. No movies, no food in movies. We're out of here. I love, bro. I remember playing that scene. Geez. Man. I'm like, oh man, these kids. I was in a theater with a bunch of kids. Well, my brother and my dad. But I'm like, these kids don't know what they they don't know. They ain't getting the reference. They're not getting the references. But they jump at the helicopter, land. Awesome. Shadow. Uh, here's one point that I say that I don't know if it's a hot take or not, but this I might have a few hot takes going. The humor is what did I say? For me, the humor is hit and miss a little bit. I'll explain. So because this is a child's movie, it has to be, have to be like childish jokes and everything. So I'm sitting there, I'm almost practically 30 at this point. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, so we get Sonic and shit like this. Like, who are you? Why do you look like me? I don't look like you. You look like me. Why do you look like me? I I'll ask the question here. Why do you look like me? See, I didn't laugh. I think the kids laughed at that. I didn't laugh. I thought that's kind of like the cringiest exchange between Shadow and Sonic out of the whole movie. That's like out of the whole movie, that's probably the cringiest exchange. Their first meeting. I rather Sonic go like what the, who that? I rather they kind of do something different. But that's just me. That's just me personally. I didn't like that little piece. But I think Keanu voice acting like that part kind of like eh. And but I mean moving on. And then you got Sonic and Shadow fighting. And then you got Tails and Shadow living up to his thing, beating Tails, beating Tails like he normally does. That was great. Uh, so Shadow has chaos energy, which is normal, but it's interesting to see how the movie is taking uh these Sonic's the Sonic characters' powers, I guess. These guys have powers now. You know what I mean? Like they always have powers, but I mean they generate energy, is what I'm saying. Like Sonic's quills, Sonic quills generate energy. Knuckles, the Echidnas have quills. Quills have energy. You know how in the Knuckles show that they power the technology. With Kid Cudi, Knuckles and shit. And then Shadow can just energize vehicles now. So that's why his vehicle is faster or fast enough to keep up. Not even keep up, like go past Sonic. So because obviously base Shadow is stronger than base Sonic in this movie, which is kind of interesting actually. I wonder if they're gonna make Sonic stronger eventually towards the end of the Sonic Cinematic Universe because base Shadow is still the strongest being in the Sonic universe right now, the Sonic Cinematic Universe right now. Uh, that's without his inhibitor rings off. So like if I kind of like Super Sonic kind of won, but I mean I honestly think if Shadow was going for the kill, I think Shadow would have stomped Sonic. But that's towards Act 3. But anyway, back to Act 1. I love the Kira slide. The Kira slide on the Kira slide on the side of the building into the douche, and then they come on, they collide. This is a DBZ movie. Slowly become a DBZ movie. I'm like, okay, great Act 1, perfect. I wouldn't really change a thing except for that little cringy exchange about the whole who are you fake your other than that. 10 out of 10 perfect. Act 2 is where we kind of I think the plot kind of needed a little touching up, honestly. Uh and this is how do I say this? I like Jim Carrey as Eggman, right? First of all, I enjoyed him in 1 and 2. Eggman in 3, I realized that he's getting zanier, right? He's getting more crazier as the movies go on. From like he was already crazy in 1, but in 2 he's a little bit more crazier. But in 3 he's just all out wacky, right? And that's mainly because of Gerald, because Gerald's there. But the whole thing with Act 2 is kind of weird. Let me explain. So you have Kristen Ritter, Agent Rockwell, who come and get Sonic and Tails and Knuckles to do the thing, to stop Shadow in Tokyo, right? And she comes off as like, "Ooh, I don't trust these aliens." Blah blah. I'm like, okay, whatever. But you got Commander Walters who trusts them. So I don't know what the movie was trying to do with Kristen Ritter, but she's kind of just there. Honestly, she's like her whole thing is just she doesn't trust Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. But Sonic doesn't save the Earth twice. Not Earth, but Sonic, save, whatever, place, whatever, from Eggman twice. So at this point, Gun should be on their side. Because Gun was created, I don't know, sometime after 2, but it wasn't because of Shadow. I don't know. The timeline with Gun is weird with the way they do. If it obviously seems like they started out with one, then 2 happened. They had an idea of a gun. That's where that's where Gun get introduced, and then they made Shadow, but they had to understand. But 3 is already because Gunn already exists with Gerald and Robotnik, so they kind of had to go back and it's like Gunn was already existing, but it didn't exist because it's weird. But anyway, back to Kristen Ritter. Yeah, underdeveloped. She could have definitely needed a touch where she could have been in a different movie or a different spinoff or whatever because she wasn't important in this movie, right? Like Gunn overall was not important in this movie as much as they should have been, in my opinion. Uh, like Shadow should have just been straight up, I'm killing Gunn, right? I'm Gunn. Every gun agent gotta die, start to finish. But we get to Act Two, and that's where we get Sonic and Shadow. Sonic tells Knuckles they come back. They go and to the Cow Garden. The Cow Garden was great. I love the little callback to the Cow Garden. Then that's where they meet Commander Walters, and Commander Walters he tells them, this is he pulls out this card and like this is the key to basically the Eclipse cannon. So we're like, okay, Sonic, like, okay, cool. So Gerald Robotnik comes in, not Gerald, not him, but he uses Eggman's technology, and I guess blast Commander Walters. So now Commander Walters he's not dead. I don't think he's dead because of what happens a little bit toward the end of Act Two. But he's not. To me, he's not dead. He's not dead. He's not. I don't know why. I don't know why people think he is. They assumed he was dead. I don't know. He's not. He's not dead because of the way Kristen Ritter reacts towards the end of Act Two. But so he gets blasted. Then you got you got Doctor Agent Stone. Great. I love Agent Stone. Agent Stone throughout the movie, perfect. I love his characterization throughout these movies and how he's Robotnik's best friend at this point. You know what I'm saying? That's his guy. That's the boy. But he comes in. He does the slide and everything on the Eggman drones, and he like this. Follow me. He doesn't really say follow me, but he like Sonic and Knuckles and Tails will follow him. And this is where I think they kind of get weird with Kristen Ritter. So Kristen Ritter comes and then she sees Commander Walter knocked out or whatever, semi-dead or whatever, and she blames Sonic. Like she's like, I can't trust aliens. It's like, okay, hold on. That doesn't make sense. Why would Sonic knock out Commander Walters for? If Commander Walters went to go see him, and he went to go tell him like he got Sonic's team specifically to deal with Shadow. Like there is literally no reason for Sonic to go attack Walters, especially after a year. You don't care about that Sonic knows what to tell. They don't care about that. They don't care about that man like that. So like her just being just anti-alien, which is fine if she was important to she was important some way somehow to the movie or whatever. Like, but so she like this. I can't trust the hedgehogs and the fogs that kill them. So she's like, okay, so I can't trust them. And then Sonic gets Eggman help, and Eggman got the fat suit. Jim Carrey's great in the movie, but we're gonna have to talk about Jim Carrey. Uh, if you like Jim Carrey, that's great. I personally don't really. I haven't seen most of Jim Carrey movies, so some of his humor is kind of like lost on me. Some stuff I did laugh, but some other stuff I feel like kind of got in the way of certain things. I feel like Shadow should have been way more into. He should have been way more active in Act Two. Cause then we cut to, Sonic and Team Sonic and Eggman. They go and try to stop Shadow back at the old gun, the old arc, not the arc, but I'll just call it the arc. Basically at the whole arc HQ, because arc's on Earth now. It's not in space. So they went to go and get the arc, blah blah blah. Robotnik sees Gerald, and this is where I feel like at this point we're fine. Is when Robotnik and Gerald are together is when everything kind of starts beginning. I would say too zany, too goofy. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I like overall, like I said, overall, I love the movie. 10 out of 10 for the movie. Enjoyment wise, review wise, maybe 8 out of 10. But that's kind of, like I said, Chris. Act two kind of like really. There's just little points that just doesn't make sense for Act two. Then you have uh they gotta go get the other card, right, which is in Gun HQ. So instead of Sonic style, I can't trust, we can't trust anybody. That doesn't make any sense. Gunn has done nothing to them from after this point. Like Gunn is on Sonic's side, right? So Sonic's saying we can't trust. I feel like this whole I can't trust any this whole trusting thing is just I feel like kind of brings the movie. The movie's here as a Sonic fan. As a movie fan, it drops it down a little bit, just a tad little bit, because they go and they recruit, they go back to get Tom and Maddie and saying we got to go get this card that I have the key for the Eclipse cannon. So in order that they have to break into the gun, and down Tails give Tom and Maddie the gadgets so they can transform their face so they look like like Rachel and I forgot Shimore more Hondo from Swap. I'm gonna call him Hondo from Hondo's. if you know Swap 2020 version, 2021 version, Shimore Moore plays the main character. So I'm just going Shimore. So you got Shimore and Rachel, right? That's how they kind of get them. Like that's how they get their little cameo in the movie. It's great. It's fine. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a little bit. It's kind of like it's what they just there for like a few seconds, a few minutes, really. So it's not like if you didn't like Rachel from the second movie, the wedding scene. She's there for like a few minutes, but she doesn't overstay her welcome or anything. She's just there, boom, and it's gone. But damn. So they go get the key, right? So Eggman and Gerald are already at the point to get the key, and this is where I say we could have cut back on Gerald and Robotnik a lot in this movie. We could have trimmed them down a little bit more, and we could have got more Tails and Knuckles solo without Sonic, more Shadow, kind of just like in the world, just like you like this is the world, what I'm saying? 50, still recovering from the tube and experience, the 50-year time difference between, him and Maria and him in 2024. So, yeah, the whole dance sequence was fun. My dad was laughing. But I was laughing a little bit. It was funny. I think it went on way too long, honestly. I think they could have cut down. I don't know how long it actually went minute-wise, but maybe 2 minutes. 2 minutes. They could have cut it down. They could have cut down some of that dancing. Honestly, I would have loved more. Just Shadow, Shadow and Agent Stone, just talking. Honestly, I feel like they could have been talking, and I would have been they just how's Eggman? What I'm saying? Boo boo. How the doctor? We could have easily been some time for Act Two. Just have Shadow and Agent Stone just talk, and then you get more Gerald and Maria. Because honestly, there's a lack of Gerald and Maria together, right? A lot of Shadow and Maria. I love it. Actually, they did Maria perfect. I feel like this whole year for Maria has been great for her. She got the Dark Beginnings, Shadow Generations, and the movie. Like they like, cause Maria was just a girl who got shot. Let's be real. She's just a girl who got shot, and that's her backstory. But now she has a whole, we got all these memories of Shadow and Maria just together. You know what I'm saying? And then how like Shadow has to Shadow skates because of Maria, right? That's her whole. That's like she comes in, she's skating. She's not sick in this movie, which is fine. It's fine. It doesn't really. I don't know if she's sick or not. They don't really talk about it. They don't really mention it. But she's there in the on Earth arc basically. And then she, she meets Shadow, and then they do the whole little tube thing. Like you're ooh, like yeah, I like, she does a little happy face. I love it. It was cute, and we get all that, and then they show they show the little bio lizard in the TV, which is funny. Which is fun if people didn't catch that. That's pretty cool. Uh, so that's the bio lizard. But like I say, Maria make the shoes. Well, she don't make the shoes in the movie, but if you it's in the Gerald's diary, I think from Shadow Generations. Maria makes the shoes. That's why Shadow skates because Maria. So it was just nice. It was just nice touch of showing Maria skate. But anyway, like I said, I would have loved this if we got a little bit more just Shadow and Maria in Act Two. Gerald and Maria in Act Two. Gerald, Maria, and Shadow in Act Two. I think it would have been really well. Would have went better than just having because. And then I don't look. Like I said, if you like Jim Carrey humor, not Jim Carrey in person. Jim Carrey is funny, but like if you like Jim Carrey humor, then the movie's probably great for you. But that whole sequence with Gerald and Robotnik doing uh the VR headset thing, I didn't care for it personally. I really did not. Honestly, like I kind of wish Gerald was kind of just more revengeful, more like you're saying, like he was more manipulative. You know what I'm saying? You don't really get a glimpse of it to like act to the beginning of Act Three, when he stops playing around. But from Act Two, he's just he's playing around. But I really wished like it felt more like Jim Carrey kind of ate up a lot of Shadow's screen time. In all honesty, I just like I said, I just wish they would have fixed Act Two. Back to Act Two. Thing again. You have Sonic, they break in. He stops. Getting from Eggman getting the car, and this is where Kristen Ritter comes in, and she doesn't trust anybody basically, and then she does the whole gravity thing on everybody, which doesn't make sense. Like she does the gravity thing on not Knuckles, on Sonic. Sonic is there to stop Eggman. He stopped him twice. Why would he be there to help him? That doesn't make any sense, Chris. Like I said, I don't know what they was doing with Kristen Ritter. She is useless in this movie. Like she got paid. Good for her. She don't. You can just take her out of the movie. Really, you know what I'm saying? You just take her out of the movie and everything be fine. But like I said, then you got. And then, we fast forward, whatever. Gerald gets the card. And then, well, not Gerald. Tom gets the card, right? And then that's where Shadow comes in. He chaos snaps. He hits Tom. And then that's where we kind of get Sonic get angry. That's so we get the whole, two sides of the same coin thing basically going on. Sonic gets angry. And then look, Knuckles is the MVP. Knuckles and Tails. But Knuckles specifically is the MVP of the movie. I don't care what anybody says. That guy has saved them 3 times, like 2 or 3 times in this movie. And like Sonic, like you can see him maturing a little bit more than Sonic is in this movie. Because then when Sonic and Knuckles are facing off, Sonic's like, Knuckles, I ain't asking you twice, bro. Give me the Master Emerald. And Knuckles was like, bro, don't do this, man. You don't want this. You don't want this, bro. You don't want. I've been training, bro. Me and Wade, we've been training, bro. But Sonic ain't backing out. He's on the revenge tour, and so Knuckles like this. You know what? All right, listen. You gonna be solo? All right, this is what you get. This is what you get for solo. All right, go ahead. So then we cut to Sonic getting the Master Emerald from Wade. Wade. I mean, he was there for 2 seconds. I mean, I thought it was kind of funny. I didn't think. I mean, I guess the Master Emerald being used as a hockey puck is kind of weird, but I mean, it is what it is. The Master Emerald is different from the one in IDW and in the games. It's not like a giant ass crystal that's floating and keeping Angel Island safe. So it's kind of just there. So I don't know where else you would put it, unless you know throw in the Mushroom Planet. But then you get Super Sonic. He flies in the air, and then this is where this is like if we went from Act One, this is Act One, right? This is Act One, Act Two, and then Act Three, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's where we're going. Like it's going like whoosh, we shot up. Like we're in DBZ now, baby. This is Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Evolution should have took notes. like it looks like if you want Dragon Ball, if you want a Dragon Ball movie live action, look at Sonic. Go look at Sonic 3. Any producer, look at Sonic, any director, look at Sonic 3. This is where you're gonna get how you should do a Dragon Ball movie, right? So you get Sonic, he fights, blah blah blah. He blasts through the Eclipse cannon, gets Shadow, they fighting. See, this was kind of weird. I thought they was fighting at first. I thought they was on the moon initially from the trailer scene. Uh, but they was on Earth, which is okay. I don't know how. Like I don't know if Sonic just spun around. I don't know if he spun around and then went back down to Earth, but they was on Earth. So then like I said, base Shadow is strong as hell in this movie. Like Sonic is pretty. I want to say pretty weak, but Sonic is definitely weaker than Shadow in this movie, which is kind of crazy because Adventure 2, Sonic gets butt kicked the first time, but after that he keeps up with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm rewatching Sonic X right now. He keeps I'm already past the Adventure 2 saga, but he keeps up with him. He get beat up the first time, but after that he keeps up with him. So like they're equal on equal terms. It's just like really. Super is the only chance Sonic has against Shadow, cinematic wise. So they fight, and that let me tell you something. That shit was. I'm like, listen. I was sitting as a kid. I didn't know it. My brother said he like this, man. Listen, he like, bro, look. He's like, if the kid next to us, he ain't never seen this in his life, bro. He was like this. He as soon as he got, he was like, he was, bro. He was in the seat like that. He was like, he, like, he ain't never seen this before, bro. He did not, he ain't never, this ain't normal for him, right? That little kid ain't never seen anything like this. He don't see two super hedgehogs fighting out on Earth, zipping around Earth, going from space to space, getting punched, bro. That everything they over there clashing in the minute. Oh my god! Listen, I was locked in. Sonic locked in. Listen, like I love Sonic. Movie Sonic, movie Sonic 1. Like I rewatched both Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 before Sonic 3. And let me say, Sonic 1. I know these are kid movies. I know these are kid movies, right? So I know Sonic has to be childish, right? This is a hot take. I did not enjoy Sonic's one characterization. I'm gonna say it. I thought he was very hyperactive. He was a very hyperactive child, right? It was a tonal whiplash for me. Like, when I first saw the movies, I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. And then I rewatched them before Friday, 20th before Friday, Sonic 3. I'm like this. I'm like, dang. Sonic is a very hyperactive child, and that appeals to kids. But I'm like, man, this is not the laid back guy I know. It's like I'm like I don't like this is another hot take. I don't care for how Sega has been portraying Sonic. Like I'm an old head, right? Like I got into Sonic when I was watching Sonic Adventures, right, on the VHS tape, what I'm saying, the VHS tape, bro. My dad got them. I'm watching classic Sonic and classic Tails and ugly ass Robotnik. You know what I'm saying? With the chicken robot henchman. So I'm used to cocky I'm used to more like cocky, sassy, and then you switch to Sonic X. You know, he's way Sonic. Look, Sonic X, Sonic, peak Sonic, right? 2000s era, Dark Age Sonic, whatever you call it. I listen. I live for wanting to see that Sonic. Yeah, I listen because I went back. I watched '06 cutscenes. I rewatched the Black Knight cutscenes. I think I watched Unleashed cutscenes. I was having a Sonic month, bro. And that Sonic is the Sonic for me. Prime Sonic, uh, Lost World Sonic, like Sonic Movie 1. You can keep 'em. Honestly, you can keep them. Sonic Movie 2, you know, he gets a little better. He's a little better. I think Tails being there helps a lot. You know what I'm saying? I think Tails and Knuckles being in Sonic 3 helps a lot because Tails is just Tails. I love Tails. Tails is perfect. And then Knuckles is great. Idris Elba is great. You know what I'm saying? I like Knuckles. He's a lot more. He's what I picture Knuckles being. What Sonic Boom should have been. But Sonic Boom is, you know, that's a whole nother thing. But I love Knuckles in the movie universe. I think he's great. Sonic is just it's just like I know it's a kid movie, so I know he has to be not Spider-Man quippy. I saw somebody on Twitter saying it's Spider-Man quippy and Sonic quippy. Spider-Man quippy is a little bit different than Sonic quippy. You know what I'm saying? He has more. He can say more joke. He can say more dope jokes. He can say more funny stuff. Sonic has to do kid humor, right? That's why you get the little dancing and everything. Oh, by the way, back to Act One, the whole goalpost thing and the whole the music for when he does the go hit the goal. Love it. Anyway, back to Act Three. Anyway, like I said, so when Sonic locks in, he locks in, and I'm like, okay, now we're cooking. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I need him to be revengeful all the time, but you know when he's focused on a mission, on a goal, it's great. It's great to see. So anyway, we get back, and this is where I say the Jim Carrey stuff gets in the way again. So we cut to Jim Carrey doing his thing or whatever, and then we go back to Sonic and Sonic. He's like, what was it? Sonic and Shadow are at the little I don't know what was it called. I don't know if they ended up in Greece or whatever. They was in some type of pillar place or whatever. And Shadow's towering over him. And he like this he did some monologue, like this, what was his name again? Tom. And then Sonic like, oh, that's it, bitch. He comes in, Superman punch that man straight into the moon. I'm like, these some powerful hedgehogs. These some powerful hedgehogs, bro. So they on the moon, and then you get the whole so I guess I was right in my own head's prediction that I figured Sonic would have to be the one who persuades Shadow to be good. You know what I'm saying? Because Amy's not there. There's no Chris against Sonic X. So I mean so Sonic is the only one. Which is great. Honestly, which is great. Because if they should have leaned in more into more flashbacks of just Sonic and Longclaw. Like I said, trim down Jim Carrey stuff, and insert some more scenes and just like Sonic and Longclaw together. Before everything everything with the crap, you could have done a little more like some more Longclaw scenes with Sonic, with young Sonic, right? And then that's where we cut back to Maria and Shadow playing around. Some more scenes with Maria and Shadow, right? Now you could have done a little bit more scenes with them. This is where I think 15 minutes would have been it. 15 extra minutes for the movie would have been great. Because Sonic 2 is I think 15 minutes longer than Sonic 3. Because Sonic 3 is only an hour and 45 minutes. So if I say I think 15 minutes of just extra Shadow content would have Shadow Maria, Shadow Gerald, Maria Gerald and Shadow, and then some little bit more of Longclaw and Sonic, like young Sonic, because Sonic can do the parallels better because Sonic can relate now. Like this man, I lost somebody too, like, but I found a family, so it's like, man, I get it, right? I could have been just like you. I understand where you're coming from. I would have want my revenge too, but I found people, and you're not alone, bro. I understand. Like I understand that pain, bro. Losing somebody, understand it. They do, and this is where he did. This is peak. This is peak. This is where we get it. This they got the dap, bro. They live and learn. On the edge of tomorrow, live and learn. Oh man, listen, I I couldn't pop off as much as I want to because I was with my dad and my brother, but I was like, man, in my head I was popping off, bro. I was popping off. I was like this. I was like, this is great, bro. Like this is great. This is. I was like this. Oh, I was like, man, this doesn't get any better than this right now. Like this. I was like, oh man, I wanted to tear. I wanted to cry. I was like, they're doing it, bro. They got to live and learn to play. And I wish they would have just let. I wish they would have let Live and Learn play a little bit more. I think it's like 50 seconds of lyrical Live and Learn. But I'm like, man, they should just like this. Let me hear Johnny. Let me hear Johnny just sing. I don't need to hear the whole 3 minutes of the song. I understand, but man, let me just give me more. Give me the chorus. Give me a little beginning and the chorus. Oh, just let the lyrics play. Oh man, I really wish we got a lyrical version of like a cinematic lyrical version of Live and Learn. God, man, they missed opportunity. But great, like I said, you do the dab and they jet off, and then this is where I say we could have cut down on Jim Carrey because then we cut like there's if I find it on Twitter, there's a very there's a very good comparison to what I'm about to say.
Here's a little lesson in trickery. This is going down in history.
Like you got this epic Dragon. You got Dragon Ball. You got Dragon Ball going on, right? And then you cut to comedy shit, right? It's like Family Guy cut in. You cut the comedy shit. You got Gerald and Robotnik. You got Gerald spanking Robotnik. Like I will not disobey my elders. I'm like okay. Hurry. I'm like hurry up. In my head I'm like this. I'm like please hurry up. I'm like please can y'all just hurry up and sing back to Sonic and Shadow Live and Learning. Like I'm like, and then you cut back to them Live and Learn. I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. They over there, they fighting, bro. They fighting. They zipping and zapping, they zip zap hip hop. I'm like, bro, this is Dragon Ball. I'm watching Dragon Ball. I'm seeing look, this is Goku Vegeta, Super Goku, Super Vegeta, Super Saiyan going around fighting the robotics, the little robots and shit. They zipping, they shadow catches, Sonic catches shadow, and they throws around. Like it was great. And then I love how this has become the symbol of Avengers 2. Like this is just the I feel like Sega didn't even intend for it to be like the symbol, but it's like they zip around and they cross around and they do the sun, they do the pose. Oh my god, bro! Listen, that pose is iconic, bro. I painted I painted that pose for an art project back in college, man. Like that shit, like that means something to me, bro. That I saw that, I was like, oh god. I was like, damn. I was like, peak. Oh, this is peak. This is pure peak, bro. I'm like, man, I'm like, these kids don't, man, like these kids. if you have not experienced that scene in any way, bro, no matter what, I'm like, man. But this is your first time seeing it. Ah. Those kids, man, that's a core memory. Then we cut back to Jiro and Robotnik doing their thing, whatever. And then it is where I say MVP Tails and Knuckles. They save Eggman because when Gerald pushed him off the thing, they were gonna push him off the he gonna push him off the thing into the atmosphere or whatever, and then they come back, and then I think this was probably the funniest. This is probably the hands down probably the funniest thing I laughed at most was when Eggman takes Sonic's quill, does the Kakashi the Kakashi thing, thousand years of pain. Gerald flies and it's like, you know what I'm saying? You're like, ah. That was funny. That was hilarious. It was just like Gerald just like, he's dead. All right, cool. Moving on. It's like, cool. So then we finally cut down to Sonic and Shining Shadow doing the whole stopping the eclipse beam. They cut the moon not in half, but they cut the moon like maybe like a quarter of the moon. Like it's there. It's just like sliced. Like the piece is just off. I think like the piece is just like off. Like here's the moon, then like here's like the corner. You know what I'm saying? I would love that they kind of just like, made it in half or whatever, but it's off. So anyway, so then we see Shadow take off his inhibitor rings, so he can do. I'm surprised that. I wonder if this is gonna be a thing like they did in Avengers, where we're not gonna hear Chaos Control until like Sonic 5, and I'll get into the reason why, but I just feel like I was expecting Chaos Control to happen. You know what I'm saying? I was expecting Sonic to say Chaos Control. I was expecting that to happen, but it didn't happen, which is fine. But I feel like it's gonna be like the Avengers, the Captain America Endgame Avengers assemble. But anyway, so we cut down. Sonic is falling to Earth. Tails does try his best to catch him. Knuckles, MVP Knuckles, comes in, clutch, catches them both, does a ring, boom, they back on Earth. Sonic and Eggman, Shadow and Eggman, are still with the Eclipse Cannon before it implodes in itself and just blows up, disappears, whatever. But I love the speech of Eggman and to Agent Stone. You're my best friend, basically. And that was great. That was a great speech. I know some people are mad about if Eggman did do the whole sayonara thing, the Shadow, the way it was in the original game. But it is what it is. But then we cut back to Maddie and Tom and Sonic and Knuckles and Tails. They do the race again, blah blah, and they're together and boom. So overall, like I said, I love the movie. Honestly, 10 out of 10 as a Sonic fan. 8.5 out of 10 as a movie fan. Because I think a lot of Kristen Ritter stuff didn't make sense, and I think Jim Carrey and Gerald together, Jim Carrey, two Jim Carreys we could have cut back a little bit more, and we could have got a lot more Shadow, a little bit towards Act 2, and then the whole tonal whiplash in the Act 3 of Dragon Ball, and you got some random funny thing, and then you got Dragon Ball, and then random funny thing, and then Dragon Ball, and then random funny, what I'm saying, I really just give me just straight live and learn Sonic Shadow, and we were great. But then we get into and my predictions. If you saw my prediction video, go check it out. I don't get everything right, but I'm kind of on the right track. And what I say is, so we get Sonic, and he was running after the race. He winds up in New York City, and then this is where he overshot it. So then, in the background, I was not expecting it. We see it. We see him. We see Metal Sonic pull up. And the way he pulls up is interesting. He comes in like the Terminator, right? So my head's already, head's already turned. I'm already thinking. I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh shit, Metal's here. And he looks 1-to-1. I don't know what movie matches they was playing. I don't know what CGI person was on Metal, but he looks 1-to-1 like his comic and game version. Like he looked great. Wouldn't change a thing. Metal looks awesome. And he has a cannon. He has an arm cannon. So he's like, no, 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 no. And then that's where Sonic beats hits him, and then this is like I said, this is where things get crazy. Then we have more metals come up, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is weird. This is weird. Cause there's only ever been one metal. Like there's only been one metal. Sure, there've been more incarnations of him, but there's always been one metal during an arc or whatever. And so to see multiple metals, and it's quite interesting that I think most of them, the original metal is blue, and then the other ones I think I have like a grayish armor. They got gray armor with the yellow eyeline. And I'm like, okay, this is crazy. I'm like, why are they all in New York now? You know what I'm saying? Like metal teleporting to New York. Okay, I get it. Cause CD, cause I was doing CD stuff. I'm about to talk about the next person who shows up, but I'm like, okay, metal being there. Okay, I get it. Metals being there, something's up. I don't know what's going on, but something's going on. But then they about to jump Sonic, and then we see it. We see the hammer, the Pico hammer comes, and the moon. You see it catch it. He's then comes down. Who are you? Amy Rose, bro. Amy Rose, bro, and she looks great, bro. She looks great. She looks awesome. She's right here, bro. They. She looks awesome. She looks great. Love it. 10 out of 10. Wouldn't change anything. And the crazy thing is, I I think okay. I was thinking like it's been a few days since I watched movies. So I had some time to process, seen stuff on Reddit, seen some on Twitter, seen stuff on YouTube, seen some theory going on. I think I think Amy is from the future with metal, right? But I think I might do like an actual spoiler theory video about Amy, what's really going on. But like just for initial things, I think Amy timeline wise, what I'm thinking is right. Amy got there between the time uh Tom got out of the hospital and the race, right? I don't know, like I'm pretty sure Tom got out of the hospital and then they took some time to recover and then they went back to the spot to continue the race. So I think between the time Tom got out the hospital, right, and we got to the race scene, Amy comes in, right? Amy's on Earth now. Amy's on Earth now. I don't know if she comes from the bad future, a good future, because Sonic CD is all about time travel. So that's where we gonna get. That's where time travel. They like, okay, let's start time travel because it's gonna lead into Sonic 6, Sonic 05, Sonic 06. Basically, that's another theory. I feel like I'm gonna do a video on. But like I said, I think Amy's already been there for a week or whatever, right? Just chilling in this exact spot because she knows the exact day that Sonic gets blasted or whatever, right? Sonic gets blasted or whatever, and that's that leads into the bad future. So she's there to stop it, and she looks, like I said, she looks like she's been dealing with this stuff already, right? Like she looks confident. She's like need some help there, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like Sonic, like I'm pretty sure, like if this was game Sonic, no problem. He would have took them all out. He would take them all out easy. So, but this is obviously not game Sonic, right? This is movie Sonic. This is 14-year-old Sonic. You know what I'm saying? He only fought Eggman twice. Dealt with Shadow once. So he ain't got a lot of experience with anything. So Amy looks confident. Listen, prediction here. I think Sonic gonna like Amy. I think they're gonna reverse it. I think Sonic is gonna like Amy now. And Amy's still gonna like Sonic, no matter what. But I feel like Sonic is definitely gonna be the one who crushes hard on Amy. I think. just because it's a kids movie, and look at the Mario movie, right? They got Mario crushing on Peach a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Amy is gonna get the Peach treatment, and she's gonna be like a girl boss. You know what I'm saying? But she's gonna be badass, honestly, and that'd be great. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy every second of it. I'm gonna enjoy every second. Confident Amy, great. Cause I feel like Amy is gonna be the straight man to all Sonic's antics. You know what I'm saying? Because Tails there, but Tails doesn't really act like the straight man most of the time. He's kind of there. And then you have Knuckles, who obviously is more of the not the dumb kind, but the funny guy who doesn't get most of the things. You know what I'm saying? Team Knuckle. Like, okay, right? That. So Amy's gonna wrangle these. Amy. Oh, wait. Oh, there you go. Amy is gonna wrangle this guy in right here. Amy is gonna wrangle him. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna wrangle him. Yeah, right. She might make him grow up a little bit more until we get Game Sonic, whatever. But yeah, that's just my initial thoughts. I might have a better, well thought out prediction. But like I said, it's some future time shit going on. That's obviously gonna lead into because this is obviously laying down the groundwork for 06, because I feel like everything's gonna lead to 06. Honestly, I think as in terms of gaming, there's only 2 other games left that they might have that they probably are going to do, and this leads into the last post credit scene, which is Shadows Alive. Like I said, like I thought I got that right. Because I mean, they kind of spoiled it already because Idris Elba and Keanu Reeves saying I would love the Shadow Knuckles spinoff. So it's like, okay, so Shadow's alive. I mean, I know he's alive. I mean, obviously he's alive, but I mean, he's alive. So then I feel like Shadow's gonna get his own spinoff or his own movie, either or, and then Rouge the Bat is comes. That's where we get Rouge and maybe Omega, right? If they want to do Omega. But Rouge is definitely coming. They got Amy. They're like, okay, we got the girl model down. So we like, okay, we can do the girl model. So obviously they're gonna do Amy. They're gonna do Rouge, and I'm gonna do a whole where I think is gonna have, Shadow is gonna do video on him later. But like I said, that's where we get Rouge. I think Shadow's gonna deal with Black Arms. He's gonna deal with Black Doom. Oh, I didn't talk about this because they changed Shadow's origin a bit. He wasn't created by Gerald, but he comes from a Black Arm meteorite. So I was like, okay. So he's just an alien. I mean, they're all aliens, but I mean, he's an alien. He was born. It's like I don't know why he's the Hedgehog, but I don't know why his form is the Hedgehog, but he was born from Black Arms or something like that. So I'm going to assume they're not going to do the amnesia thing, because he's back on Earth, because that's where the inhibitor rings are at. So I think like his whole spinoff or his movie is going to be dealing with Black Arms. That's what I believe. And then, like I said, this is where the groundwork comes in. Cause you're not gonna see Shadow in 4, guaranteed. I don't know what reason he isn't gonna be in 4, but he's not gonna be on 4. I feel like they might off-world him to deal with Black Doom somewhere else, and then he comes back, and then we get 06. I think 06 is gonna be the end game Avengers, the Infinity War end game thing, because there's no other game that they gonna adapt. Like Sonic Heroes, Neo Metal, maybe that's 05, maybe that's Sonic 5, and then Sonic 6 is gonna be Sonic 06. That's they might break it up to Sonic 06, Sonic 6 Part 1, Sonic 6 Part 2. But yeah, other than Neo Metal, Metal Overlord, but they could do Metal Overlord and 4. You know what I'm saying? They could do Neo Metal and 4. You know what I'm saying? Like the big balls Metal. So like I said, it depends on what they do with time travel. But like I said, time travel is being brought in for, and then that's where we're gonna get the groundwork for Silver. I doubt Blaze is gonna come. If they want to do Blaze, they're gonna have to change up a lot of stuff for Blaze. Unless she's from a different dimension, they could just do she's from a different planet. Blah blah. Blah. But I mean, either way, overall movie, great everything, great setup, great timing, great action. The action was peak comedy. You can take it or leave it. The forced comedy of Gerald and Robotnik, you can take it or leave it. But the funny, revenge squad, that's funny. You know what I'm saying? The unintentional funny, but funny stuff, great. But the forced funny stuff, wasn't for me personally. That's why I say I gave it like an 8.5 out of a 10 on a critical review scale. But on a 10 out, but on a Sonic, Sonic fan review, 10 out of 10. Great. But that'll be it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me discuss about gush over the movie. Listen to my hot takes and everything. This is the last video for this year, which it probably might be. What's today? Yeah, Christmas Eve. While I'm making this, almost Christmas. Oh, it is Christmas. Oh, Merry Christmas, everybody. It's because 12 o'clock where I'm at. Merry Christmas, everybody. So yeah, this might be the last one I'll do. And if it is, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the videos, watching this video, watching the Pokemon videos I made. Great. Really appreciate it. 300 subscribers. Great year for me personally, even though because I rarely went with it long. Barely uploaded a lot of stuff. Took like long breaks between. But thank you for watching the videos. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, and then here's to 2025. Hopefully I do better that year. Hope you guys stick with me, and I'll see you guys next year. So I know that's a stupid joke, but I'll see you when I see you. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and keep on.